certainly a big rivalry. It's a huge game tonight, as just a half game separate these two teams for the 4th spot in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. And Lee, it's an unfamiliar spot for the Blast. We're usually talking about, well, are they going to get the 1 seed? Or going to lose that 3rd loss this season? They're on the outside looking in right now for the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the beginning of the final stretch for them. 7 games left, I think, and they play Harrisburg 4 times, if I'm correct.
3.
Right?
3.
3 more times after this. So yeah, this is a huge game.
No question about it. As the Blast play at home here tonight, they'll play 2 more. After this, they'll play at Harrisburg and 1 more time here in Baltimore. Blast a tough loss in San Diego on Wednesday, a 5-1 defeat. Really some missed opportunities offensively. Blast just couldn't finish when they had chances in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I got to catch a bit of that game. They had a lion's share of the possession. They had a number of opportunities. Just not capitalizing on opportunities that they normally would, and then a couple defensive laps that kind of caught them on the opposite end.
Well, for these two teams, for the Blast, Vinny Dantas, really 26 goals on the season, tied for 3rd in the MASL, along with for Harrisburg, Dominic Francis, who also has 26 goals as well. Tony Donatelli's been a big part of this team, 17 goals, 14 assists. It's been a crazy week for Tony. Let's go down to Andrew Primrose with more on Tony's week.
So yeah, Sunday we walked out of the arena. I saw his wife Sharon sitting on the corner, and I apologized. I said, "I'm sorry. I announced on the broadcast I thought you were delivering today." She said, "I am." They left the arena. They went directly to the hospital. They didn't stop. They had their beautiful daughter that night, and then Tony went to San Diego. The broadcasters on the San Diego broadcast mentioned how crazy he was there on Wednesday. Back home, I was texting with him yesterday. I asked him if he had slept yet. He said he wasn't sure.
He's back out there again tonight in the starting lineup for the Blast, as he's joined by Vinny Dantas, Juwan Pereira, Adriano Dos Santos, Kalu, and Vinny Dantas. And on the other side for Harrisburg, Jojo Gibson in that starting lineup alongside Daniel Villela. Of course, we talked about Dominic Francis. He's on the floor as well. And we are underway. Harrisburg starts with it, and they go into the corner for Dylan Hundelt. He plays it back out for Elton De Olivero. Of course, Elton was here in Baltimore with the Blast. Now as a member of the Heats. Of course, he coached by Pat Healy, former Blast defender. And we've seen some guys, Nelson Santana, some of those guys, Lee, in Harrisburg.
Yeah, I'm sure that, Kevin is trying to get as many of his old guys that he can there.
Shot, off the post, rebound, shot, and another save by Banahene, and another outstanding opportunity for the Blast goes by the wayside as Willie B, as he's affectionately known, as Harrisburg makes a couple of huge saves to start this one.
Yeah, 3 golden opportunities there within 3 seconds of one another in the first minute of this game. What a great way that would have been to start the game for the Blast.
A great start for Harrisburgers. 2 on none. Willie B, though, into the corner of the box to make that play on Mello.
The Heat's really starting on the Blast is really starting on the front foot here. The Heat is on their heels early.
Nelson Santana, another former member of the Blast, picked up by Roque. Right along the Harrisburg bench. His pass is a little errant back for Patrick Thompson. Puts him in a bad spot, and the turnover happens for the Blast. Dos Santos keeps it alive. Scrum in the midfield, and Thompson comes out with it. Willie B plays it for William S.K. Santana's pass, a dangerous one there.
Oh.
Ball loose, Gibson goes down. Rayleigh heads it back to Jamie Thomas for the Blast.
SK and Gibson collided there, both of them trying to avoid the 3-line pass that was coming. And they went directly into each other, banged heads. Glad nobody's hurt there.
Benny has it deflect off Santana. Comes right back to him, and he's able to clear. Good pressure so far by the Blast. Here's Villela. We talked about him. 21 assists. That's #1 in the league for Daniel Villela for Harrisburg. Rayleigh with a nifty move. His ball for Victor France is behind him. Taken away by Harrisburg. And Lee, I think the one thing that stands out the last few games for the Blast, they've really tightened things up defensively. Here's a foul called on Victor France. And they've done a nice job in their defensive end.
Yeah, they've done a really good job, although in San Diego, I'm sure they would like to have a couple of those goals back. But yeah, over the last 7 or 8 games, the defensive work has been what we've come accustomed to with the Blast.
Ball to the box, quick turn. Morgan can't get a shot off. Double team in the corner. Nascimento battles with France, and the Blast cleared. Only to the midfield. Elton plays it up to Morgan, and now D to D, and back for Willie B. Take a look at our goalkeeper comparison here. A giveaway by Willie B here. 3-on-3, France has it knocked away from behind. Willie B, 6-3 with a 5.01 goals against average, 708 save percentage on the season. William Vanzella for the Blast, 10-6 on the year. Those 10 wins, number 2 in the MASL. 4.39 goals against average, that's number 4 in the league, and a 714 save percentage, which is also number 4 in the MASL.
I tell you what, Paul, Harrisburg has gotten lucky a good 3 or 4 times here in the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. They're really sloppy and back with the ball right now, but the Blast has got to make them pay for it.
There, miscommunication from Kalu to Dos Santos, and then Adriano takes Thompson down, foul called on the Blast. Well, it's kind of what we saw in San Diego in the first quarter, in the first half. Blast dominated play against the Sockers out there, just couldn't put the ball into the back of the net, you know, whether it was a missed chance or Boris Pardo had an outstanding game for San Diego out there. Either way, the Blast missed out on some chances, and then San Diego took charge in the second half. Shot here, saved by Vanzella. Loose ball in front, another save by William, and it goes out of play off of the Blast. It'll be a kick in for Harrisburg.
Hundelt, was that Hundelt who had a couple opportunities there?
Yep.
Now, his dad is Kevin Hundelt, correct? From St. Louis, yeah?
Correct, yes.
What a good guy, what an amazing player. Well, he's a great guy to play against, and even a better player to play with. I had the pleasure of playing with him one year in St. Louis.
Thompson's ball off the boards in front is gathered in by Vanzella. Long outlet for Pereira. He's pushed in the back by Nelson Santana, foul called, and a good restart opportunity here for the Blast inside the corner kick. Should I say outside the corner kick? Call that on Villela. I thought that clearly was a pushing foul on Santana.
I was just getting ready to say Nelson doing a really good job not arguing it, but I guess that's why.
Thomas to the box. Kicked away. Good D there by Harrisburg. Ball into the offensive end, taken away by Raley. He'll pressure Vanzella, but the Blast able to sweep it out. Dos Santos with a nice touch for Mello. Mello to the middle, shot, save, Willie B. Right there, good position to make that play.
Harrisburg has been struggling with the Blast pressure right here. They're giving a lot of balls away. If the Blast can capitalize on some of these, it's going to make it even a little bit harder. The heat starts to get a little bit tight, but they're giving a lot of balls away with the Blast pressuring them.
Now Harrisburg with some pressure. Blast able to beat it. Here comes Dos Santos with some time and room. Adriano toe poke. That's blocked in front. Blast will set up possession.
Adriano had Tony all alone on the far side. I think there was a mistake on the defense in Harrisburg, and Tony was all alone in the corner.
Yeah, I saw that. Tony was looking. I know Adriano has looked his way. I don't think he thought he could slip it through there.
Well, Adriano with 16 assists in 2019-2020. That's a career high for Dos Santos. Diesel plays it near side for Raley. Donatelli. Victor France now. Good touch. Pereira just wide. Diesel with the drive. That's off the glass. Blast are buzzing again.
This is great ball movement. Not only are they keeping possession, but they've created a number of really good opportunities here.
France near side, tries the back heel. Santana sniffs that out. Nelson with the 3-line violation. So, Blast will restart from the yellow. Two-man wall for Harrisburg. Donatelli kind of yelling out some instructions.
Adriano, I think, wants the shot here. Nope.
Pereira shoots it into the wall.
Adriano was trying to get some space there. I think he saw that two-man wall, but
Donatelli comes cross field. Pereira gathered it off the boards. Nice play there to make a tough play. Here's Dantas now. Vinny poked away by Elton. Good battle here. Finally, Vinny goes back to the midfield. Cross field now for Dos Santos.
I think they might have done that a time or two against each other in practice, huh?
Thomas now. Body fake, pushed by Morgan, and Thomas goes down, foul called. Another restart here for the Blast.
That move is just not used enough.
Right.
It used to be like, you had Mosier, you had a bunch of these guys, especially along the boards. They would get the defender on their hip, kind of lean one way and roll them. It's kind of a lost art with the forwards nowadays.
Mello, shot, goal! Jonathan Mello from the far side gives the Blast a 1-0 lead.
Well deserved. I mean, the Blast has been putting pressure on here pretty much since the first whistle. They needed to get on the board early. This is an excellent goal.
Time to go 6:49. It's a restart goal. As Harrisburg gave up too much direct. It was just a one-man wall. Here's the replay. And Mello takes advantage to the far post.
Yeah, got a little direction, a little toe poke. A little deflection here.
Exactly what you talked about, Lee. Confidence builder as the Blast get on the board first. 6:49, the time of the goal.
That's two touch. How often do you see two touch off a kickoff?
Probably like never, right? Especially here, they just bang it forward.
Right.
Top of the boards, Roque. Good settle there. Diesel now. Lee, I saw you talking to the Diesel's parents before the game.
Yeah, Mikey played for me in high school. I was assistant coach while he was his senior year. What a hard worker. Just a great kid to have on your team.
Roque wins the battle on the boards. Mello clears it to Diesel now.
So you knew him back when he could only bench like 450 pounds.
No, I think he was at 420 then.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I had his younger brother Jimmy, who was a fantastic player as well. The Diesels could play.
Donatelli, a shot and a goal! Willie B couldn't get there. Tony Donatelli puts it home, and the Blast are up 2-0.
Great movement off the board. Once again, Paul, a little bit of difference from the San Diego game. There's possession with a purpose here, right? So they're keeping possession, but they've been getting a lot of opportunities. Right now, the Heat has had no answer. They've kind of just been running around, doubling kind of haphazardly, and guys have been open. It's unfortunate that we've only scored 2 goals, but it's great to have 2 goals right now.
Great ball off the boards there by Victor France to reverse fields to get it onto the foot of Donatelli.
I tell you, and what a great goal by Tony. That goal was not easy. He knew the keeper was flying across, and to have the composure to slot that side-footed is impressive.
We'll take a timeout. Timeout on the field. Blast lead at 2-0. Back with more first quarter action on NBC Sports Washington.
Tony Donatelli, assist to number 15, Victor France.
No, 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 no.
Jack, can I talk to you? I think you need one of these. You're acting like a kid.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Have a blast and score big at Antwerpen Automotive. Jack is saying yes to every deal on all new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus discounts up to $15,000 and no payments for 3 months. Now at all 10 Antwerpen locations.
Jack says yes!
Now welcome back here to Baltimore. Lee and I rehashing our experiences with our children when they were born. We're talking about Tony Donatelli. He is, I know Lee's got to be working on, 12 minutes of sleep right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he doesn't even know he just scored. Right now, he's still hearing the baby cry. So, if it's anything like my kids, they never slept.
Blast on the board. Victor France, the assist for Victor, assist number 3 on this season. Here's the replay, and that's just a great finish by Donatelli here. Willie B couldn't quite get to that near post, and Donatelli read it and put it home. Morgan with a drive towards goal. Two-hopper that Vanzella gobbles up for the Blast.
I tell you, Paul, Victor has been a breath of fresh air since he's come to this team. He's really brought a lot of energy along with ability on the ball, work rate. He seems like a really positive kid on the field.
Well, he's out there again causing havoc, and unfortunately for the Blast, it goes off of them over the boards. It'll be a Harrisburg free kick. There's a three-line mistake. We'll come all the way back here to the yellow. Do it again. Blast didn't get much out of their first opportunity on this.
Which is very unusual because Danny and David are meticulous with their free kicks.
To the corner for Dos Santos. Adriano back for Mello. Pereira on the far side. Knocked by Barry over there. Here comes Mello, a drive. That's kicked.
Deflected, that should be a corner.
Yeah, blocked into the mesh, so we'll have a corner here for the Blast. It's Mello again here on the far side. Is it back? Foul called on the Blast. Pushing foul inside in the box. Goalkeeper distribution here for Willie B. Quick restart by the Heat. Morgan has it. The offensive end picked up by Dos Santos. Malella leaves it for Hundell. Elton to the far side for Morgan again. First possession we've seen in a while for Harrisburg. Nice good ball here with the left foot by Elton. Morgan goes through the box. Far side, Malcolm Harris. Of course, Harris, the UMBC standout. Malcolm was on that UMBC team that went to the Final Four.
Yeah, Malcolm was a good player. Malcolm actually played. I coached against Malcolm when he played at McDonough High School. Great work rate, good ability on the ball. Interesting to see how he does in indoor. I think it actually would suit his game a lot.
Yeah, Malcolm a goal and 4 assists this year for Harrisburg. Quick 2-on-1 off the steal, but Gibson can't pull the trigger. Good block there by Thomas. Out comes Roque. Some speed. Lucas shot. Will he be the save? And Kalu runs by the juicy rebound.
What a fantastic touch by Lucas. So you don't recognize what happens there, but his first touch was across the defender's body. So the defender's either going to take him out for 2 minutes or Lucas is going in on goal. But, you know, that's something you have to teach your forwards. I mean, that's fantastic. What a great touch.
Another block by the Blast.
The other thing on that play is another teaching moment is if you're Kalu, you got to stay back behind that ball a little bit. He crashed a little too far down. Wasn't anything he could do behind the goalie. Whereas if he stayed in front, he could have been in prime position for that rebound.
Yeah, but Kalu's, to his defense, is probably trying to get back post, not knowing he's going to shoot there. So you never can guess where a rebound is going to go.
It's all about timing, right?
So it's one of those things where it's either you're a little fortunate or you're not.
Ball off the boards. Roque can't win it. Villela with the steal. Donatelli blocks it. Crazy hop off the boards, and Morgan puts it well into the crowd. Goalkeeper distribution for Vanzella. With 10 minutes played here, first quarter. All Blast so far 2-0. Mello and Donatelli with the goals for the Blast.
Paul, have you had the chance to see the Heat play much this year?
Yes.
So I've only got to see them play a handful of times, maybe 2 or 3 times, and not full games, just catching them on the internet. They seem to really sit back and rely on the counter.
Yes,
yes,
absolutely. You know what? You talk about the San Diego game they played at home. They did that a lot. Here's a ball that's knocked away, and there's a 3-line violation. But yeah, absolutely. Waiting to find the counterattack, and they're comfortable playing that way. It's a little different here, though.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's interesting, though. The few times I've seen them try to press, they don't press as a unit. They get broken down very easily. So, you know, maybe it's just the sum of the pieces they currently have.
Pereira gets under one and puts it up into the crowd. Of course, Pat Healy still putting the pieces together in Harrisburg. For the last couple of years, he's turned the franchise around. Diesel heads this one into the crowd. There'll be a corner here for Harrisburg. You know, but you talk about guys like Dominic Francis, but also you talk about signing guys like Malcolm Harris. You know, they're just fundamentally really good soccer players.
Yeah, listen, they're trying to put some youth together with a few experienced guys to try to build their team. I think they've been doing a good job.
I think early on, Pat said it was a 3-year process for them. We basically had to build from scratch.
Everybody says it's a 3-year process, pal.
Good tackle.
They're not going to say they're coming out first year and winning a championship. Believe me.
Good steal by Dantas.
They may say that in public, but they're trying to win.
Ball over the board, so we'll get a kick in here for the Blast. And Dantas quickly, as the Blast start changing, plays back for his keeper, Vanzella. Donatelli, good ball to the corner. Dantas tries to fight the double team. Comes through.
It was real close to a 3-line pass.
Oh, it was very close. But if that's a 3-line pass from there, do you put the ball on the other yellow line when you restart? That's the question, right? Vanzella clears. Hundelt. Donatelli the header to the middle. Elton. Leg out for Vanzella. And now Dos Santos clears.
I'm going to try and get some word from the officials on that 3-line pass.
Mistake by Willie B, but Santana cleans up the mess. Really good chance there for the Blast. Ball blocked and flicked back out. Malella runs it down. Under 3 to play first quarter.
So this is where, as a coach, you're really happy with the way your team is playing, but
you feel like you should be ahead by more?
Yeah, you feel like you should be ahead by more, you know.
Well, kicked away. Here comes Thomas. Quick turn, sweeps it towards Donatelli, and he flicks it forward. Thompson clears for Gibson. Gibson double team. Dos Santos takes it away. Kalu, nice ball here. Good job by Marcel Berry into the corner. Pushes Dos Santos. And they call a foul on Adriano. That's a tough foul call right there.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, both guys are battling. You know, you got one guy pushing, one guy leaning. Who do you call?
Villela presides here. Just the one-man wall with Roque. Santana on the near side. Play it back for Nelson. His drive, that's kicked away. Good block by Dos Santos.
What a great shot by Nelson. That looked like it had eyes for the corner, actually, from this vantage point.
Yeah, a little worm burner. We had a good view of that one. Villela off the boards, off the blast. Back for Santana. Nelson fakes a shot. Back for Villela here on the near side. Santana and Hundelt exchange passes. SK on the floor for Harrisburg. Under 2 to play first quarter. Santana uses the boards for Dominic Francis.
Nelson is still so good at the little hesitation where he pumps and he fakes like he's going to pass or shoot.
Now back for Willie B. Elton to the corner. Morgan runs that down. Quick shot through the box. Harrisburg has it on the near side. Esque. Back for Elton. Marked by Pereira.
A little miscommunication here defensively over the last minute or so by the Blast. They've gotten caught not switching men.
Thompson now on Roque. Thompson to the wing. Vanzella gets a hand on it and gets some help from Dos Santos. Looks like Adriano's a little shaken up.
I actually thought that was Adriano's hand when it first went up.
France with the drive, and Sam Guernsey's on the field for the first time. He couldn't get a foot on it. Or he couldn't get a good foot on it. It went wide. Now France battles for it. He goes down. They say play on. Mello to the corner. Deep possessed there. Should have been a foul.
Absolutely. At what point do you want to play on there? The ball's rolling into the corner.
Much rather have the restart right at the top of the arc.
Of course.
Rayleigh loses the handle.
Now, did they give the play on signal? I didn't even see that they called a foul.
Far side official.
Rich gave it. Okay, good.
I mean, he was aware of the foul, and I understand what he was trying to do, keep the flow of play, but I know as a coach you want that foul.
Nascimento. Toe poke, off the post. Good drive by Marco with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Good step in, Guernsey off the boards in front, it's loose. Oh, Victor Franz can't dig it out, and that'll be the way the quarter ends. Blast get goals from Mello and Donatelli, and after 1 quarter of play, they lead Harrisburg 2-0. Back with more Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Shots on goal in tonight's first quarter. Harrisburg 11 and the Blast.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because
end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it. In our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools. Transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors. Forging new paths to live fearless. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Blast lead at 2-0 after 1 quarter of play. Don't forget about the MASL podcast. Stay in tune with everything going on in the MASL. We'll talk to players, officials, and coaches from across the league. Take you behind the scenes of the MASL. You can check it out on MASLsoccer.com. You can also listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast on Apple Podcasts. And lead that first quarter, much needed energy boost for the Blast. They got out quickly. They were on Harrisburg the whole quarter. They got the only 2 goals of the quarter.
Yeah, some really positives there. Number one, the type of opportunities they were getting. Not just shots, but they were getting some really good opportunities. On the defensive end, I think they probably only gave up 2 really dangerous opportunities from in close. And then on the end, they would have probably liked to finish a few more.
You want to talk about 60 minutes, but if you go back to Wednesday night in San Diego, real solid first half of defensive soccer between the Blast and Sockers. Blast were on their P's and Q's on the big field. And again, you mentioned it, not really a lot of chances for Harrisburg in that first quarter here on the small field as well.
Yeah, look, it's what you need, obviously, to make the playoffs, and it's championships are won with defense.
Jonathan Mello, his 10th goal of the season, 6:49 of the first. And then Tony Donatelli, his 18th goal of the year, point number 32 on the season. Gave the Blast a 2-0 lead. Harrisburg and the Blast getting ready to go out on the field for this second quarter.
Paul, I did get clarification at the quarter break from the referees, and actually it was something that was called incorrectly here earlier in the season. There is no defensive 3-line pass. So if it goes backwards, it's not called at all. So it had been called incorrectly earlier in the season. They addressed that as an officiating staff. They realized that that's something they don't call, and that's not in the rules. So because we had a block, we had seen that a couple times, and we saw that in the Utica game. It turns out that that was not the correct call.
Interesting. Just from a technical standpoint, it'll be interesting to see if you did play it back 3 lines. Not the penalty of putting it on your defensive yellow line, but just losing possession because of the penalty of playing it 3 lines and putting it on the defensive side. But whatever. Blast have it. Dantas plays it back for Diesel. Kalu on the far side, marked by Francis. Off the boards in front, Donatelli. The quick foot goes over the glass. It'll be a distribution for Willie B. Harley, what do you do if you're Harrisburg to generate more offense?
I think they're okay where they are right now. Like I said, having only seen a handful of games from them this year, I think they're content with where they are. They're down 2-0. They're going to look for some counterattacks. They're going to look for some mistakes, free kicks, you know, that kind of stuff. I think they're okay where they are.
Look, you're one touch away right now from being a goal down in this game, so pretty good shape. Especially on the small field, things turn quickly.
Well, after last Sunday, I mean, are they really that worried? Fourth quarter, defending champions. I mean, they feel like they can come back late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, one of the biggest, last time out for Harrisburg, one of the biggest wins. Foul called here on Rayleigh. One of the biggest wins in franchise history with Pat Healy as coach. As they go to Milwaukee and just have an amazing fourth quarter and come out with a victory. Elton.
Oh no!
Yeah, Elton broke the ribbon surrounding CQ Arena.
Towson tuition just went up a couple $100 for everybody.
No, it's now CV blank instead of CVP. Oh, a bad pass here. Good steal by Villela. Quick touch. Malcolm Harris leaves it back. Thompson back for Harris. Pereira called for the foul. Jawan says he got the ball. Referee disagrees.
I'll be interested to see. I think Malcolm actually jumped over that tackle with his feet. He's got really fast feet. I think he touched it to his left and jumped over the tackle and just misstepped.
Drive goal. Well, as we talked about, just like that, the danger is Dominic Francis puts it home. Goal number 27 on the season for Francis. And we have a 2-1 game.
Kind of interesting, both teams have scored now from fouls called in that corner, all restarts. Melo picked up one, and now
tell you what, Paul, that might be the first time we've said his name and he's got a goal.
Yeah.
Hasn't had much of an impact in the flow of play here, but what a nice strike.
Here come the Heat again. Morgan couldn't quite get a good foot on it. Quick distribution by Vanzella. Here's Nascimento. Marco to the corner. France back for Dos Santos. Mello on the far side. Good steal, good defense. Hundelts, they'll force the blast into their own end. Vanzella plays for Nascimento. Now, one guy we haven't said a lot about tonight is Vinny Dantas.
Yeah, no, Vinny he's done a lot of work off the ball. He's holding the ball up, but yeah, he hasn't had many opportunities in front of the net. But he's doing a lot of work.
Foul called on Santana after the ball had left Victor France. Drive by Nascimento is saved by Willie B. Donatelli in the midfield. Diesel runs on. Pereira runs on. A good touch. And Jawan with some fancy footwork to avoid Malcolm Harris. Dantas comes off the bench. Vanzella plays for Diesel instead.
I think they're marking Dantas with De Oliveira pretty much exclusively. I think they're taking shifts off each together as much as they can.
Now Pereira puts it into the seats.
I think that's the game plan.
Kick in for Harrisburg. Willie B plays it right to Vanzella. Dantas pushed to the ground by Elton. Dos Santos a quick steal, but Elton with a follow. Elton's drive blocked by Kalu. Dantas now drags by Francis. Back heel, Donatelli. In front, Kalu, it hits him. Couldn't redirect it towards goal, and Harrisburg has it.
Kalu gets a block there.
That's very unfortunate. I think Tony had trying to pick out the back post there.
Looks like Kalu got in the way. Looks like Elton is that Elton who's down, or?
Looks like he twisted his ankle pretty good here. He got caught. I think Vinny might have caught him, and his ankle looked like it got caught in the turf.
That's not Elton. Elton's on the bench.
And this is the frustrating thing about our sport. You dominate a majority of the first quarter, a lot of the second quarter so far, and you only have
it's a one-goal game.
It's a one-goal game, right?
Well, that's why you have goalies, right, Lee?
That is why you have goalies. And that's why they pay the guys who can put the ball in the net or the guys who can create goals. That's why they pay them big bucks.
Now, this is Valella who's coming off the field, a little bit of a limp. That would be a big loss for Harrisburg. It looks like he's going to go right over to the trainer's table.
Hundal's hiding on the bench. He's come in. You see him over here in the corner. He's stuck in. Nobody sees him. He's going to make a run here on the back.
Blast steal instead. Dantas to the middle. Harrisburg clears, and Diesel plays it back for Vanzella. William fakes one to the boards. There's some pressure from Harrisburg, and mistake by Vanzella. As for the first time tonight with the Harrisburg pressure, they get a turnover, defensive clearance, and a restart at the top of the arc.
Yeah, no, the Harrisburg was very well organized. I think the Blast missed a couple moments there they could have gotten out.
Francis and Elton. And we get a timeout here. We get a timeout.
Timeout, Harrisburg.
So the Heat will come over and talk about this. Shocked at the timeout early in the game?
No. I mean, look, this is what, like we talked about earlier, I think that this is what the Heat is looking for. They're looking for counterattacks. They're looking for set pieces, a chance to even the score up right now. I don't think it's a bad call.
Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio.
I wonder how many of Francis's goals are off of set pieces this year.
Probably a lot.
I'm curious because my Lord, does he have a nice strike.
I don't know if they keep the stat. Remember, they used to keep the stat on restart goals.
They did, absolutely. And you had guys in this league who were restart specialists.
All they did, right?
I mean, they were in the top 5, 6 in goal scoring in the league, and 80% of their points came off of set pieces.
There we go, Francis and Elton. Elton takes the drive and scores. Right, did that go right through the wall?
Yeah, it went right to the right of wall and right next to Vanzella.
Yeah, I think it went right down the middle.
Elton takes his shirt off in front of the fans and gets booed here in Baltimore.
My man needs some sun.
Harrisburg goal scored by number 26, Elton D. Oliveira, unassisted.
Now time to go 3:34. And here we are, tied at 2.
26, Elton D. Oliveira, unassisted. Time to go 3:34.
2 restart goals for Harrisburg have brought them back even with the Blast. Heat now with possession, Thompson. Harris run off the ball. Pereira has it blocked. Foul called here on Pereira.
Pushing foul on last number 23, Jonathan Mello.
Excuse me, that's Mello. Mello fouls Barry.
The Blast have got to settle down here. They got to settle down and get back to playing a little bit.
There's SK with the restart. He drives one into the netting.
Goal distribution, Blast. Next business systems with a nice leader in document management technology.
Distribution for Vanzella. Santos along the boards for Pereira, now Kalu.
Juwan could have gotten through there. He had 4 players collapse on him. There were 2 Blast players in the offensive zone unmarked. Tony Donatelli and Lucas Roque standing there with their hands wide open. Their hands up, rather, wide open.
Now Vanzella stolen away by Harrisburg. SK on the far side. Runs it back for Santana. Harassed by Roque. Nelson runs it down the boards, puts it in front. Heat were changing. Blast come out with it. Thompson runs down Kalu. Ball goes around the turn. Kalu keeps it alive and it leaks through for Willie B.
I think Willie got a little bit lucky there. I think he touched the ball outside the box.
Clearly did.
Nice fake by Vanzella. Good footwork. Out comes Dos Santos. And right now, the Heat are putting work in.
Yeah,
pressure.
They've actually been pretty effective last couple times they've pressed. They really struggled early on, but last couple times have been pretty effective.
Vanzella across the yellow line. Drives it off of Donatelli. Tony looks at him. Raley has to cover up. Harassed by Harris, and finally able to play it back for Vanzella. Blaster out of sorts right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what William was doing there.
Good ball off the boards. Donatelli blocked by Thompson.
Harrisburg is just out physically in the Blast right now.
Francis
finishing
now.
every play.
Morgan off the boards. Vanzella blocks that. France with some room. Victor gets pushed from behind and the foul called.
Yeah, you're always going to have spurts like this. Right now, last couple minutes, the Heat has had momentum, but for pretty much one and a half quarters of the game, the Blast has pretty much had their way with them. It's unfortunate it's 2-2 right now.
Here's Dantas. Thomas off the boards in front. Vinny blocked by Willie B. Diesel with a good drive. SK pushed off by Diesel off the boards. Marco runs on just wide. Nascimento with a good touch there. Thomas wins possession for the Blast. Good chances there. Now Blast will change. Dos Santos on the floor. Back for Pereira. 8:20 left in the half. Dantas pushed off by Santana, but Vinny uses the big body to win the ball. Santos for Pereira. Juwan down the boards in front off of wide. Dos Santos hits it wide. Esque wins it on the far side. Good steal by Mello. Mello taken down by Gibson, foul called. You just can't grab a guy with his jersey and pull him down, right? That's usually a foul.
I actually thought that might have been a chance for 2 minutes there. The Blast haven't been creating as many opportunities, Paul, and I think part of it is they're playing and standing, where early on it was playing and really exchanging positions and moving well. And the Heat had no answer for them early on.
Dantas' pass off the boards blocked by Santana. Nelson pushes Vinny off. Can't get past Dos Santos. Ball comes back onto the foot of Santana, but the Blast run it down. Clear it far side with some time and room for Mello. Across the yellow. Mello to the corner off the boards. Roque off one hop goes wide. Pereira chests it down and plays it back for Kalu. Now we're talking, right, Lee? Good movement now.
Yeah, there's good. Listen, that's the way they're going to be successful. They've got to pass and move. If you pass and stand against a team that sits back, you're playing into their hands.
It's like Lucas Roque holding his left wrist.
By the way, Lucas keeping that ball down on the side volley there.
That's impressive.
Was some good technique because that ball was bouncing up on him. That was a good strike.
Gibson on the far side, marked by Diesel.
That's that beach shocker coming into play. A lot of half volleys in that.
Ball around the turn. Vanzella easily makes that play. Oh, bad header here. France runs on. Victor. Ball is kicked into the netting by Francis. Time on the floor will take 1-2. 6:25 left in the second quarter. Blast and Heat tied at 2. Back with more on NBC Sports Washington.
The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
No, 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 no.
Jack, can I talk to you? I think you need one of these. You're acting like a kid.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Have a blast and score big at Antwerp Automotive. Jack is saying yes to every deal on all new and pre-owned vehicles. Plus discounts up to $15,000 and no payments for 3 months. Now at all 10 Antwerpen locations.
Jack says yes.
Oh, welcome back to Baltimore. Blast and Heat tied at 2. Blast have controlled the field play, but 2 restart goals by the Heat here in the second quarter have us even with 6:25 left in the half.
Yep, 2 good strikes on set pieces have evened this game. I think the Blast has had a large majority of the play. The quality of opportunities that the Blast has had compared to the Heat is drastically different.
All right, here we go. Blast with the corner. Victor France presides here. Runs off. Donatelli runs on to the box. Pereira just can't get a good foot on it. And here comes Harrisburg, 3-on-2. Elton with a drive goes just wide. Thompson runs by. Now he gathers in the corner. Dos Santos goes down. Now Adriano gathers himself and gets the ball. Still has it. Good work by Adriano against 3 Heat defenders. He finally goes down and the foul called. What a strange 20 seconds for Adriano.
that was a veteran drawing a foul on the boards there.
It was first the turf monster got him in the defensive end, and all of a sudden he got up and the ball was at his feet.
Yeah, how quick does momentum shift here? What a great set piece. It was unfortunate that they didn't get a shot. The Blast didn't get a shot, and then Harrisburg came down and had an opportunity to score 10 seconds later.
The restart turned into a 3-on-2 on the other end.
Yeah. Very well drawn up, though.
France pushed back by Elton. He's got it back now. This is the first time we've seen Elton on the floor without Vinny.
They got knocked off shift earlier when Nelson had to guard him, and now they're unaligned.
Dantas now back for Rayleigh. Oh, good ball for Vinny in the middle. Turns, big save by Willie B. And then a header by Morgan on 2 bounces back to the Harrisburg keeper.
What a little clinic that was by Vinny on checking away and checking 2. He checked away, had the defender turn his back, and then just checked to the ball and had it wide open.
Well, if you're Harrisburg, you like this size matchup, but the experience between Dantas and Malor, I don't think is one Pat Healy will want to stick with too long.
Finally, Willie B throws the ball to the corner. He's been throwing it right to Vanzella. Nascimento on the counter. Hounded by Francis, he's forced back along the boards, and Vanzella will have to play it in the box. 4:20 left in the half. Nice ball here for Mello. Mello goes around Thompson. Oh, Thompson gets a nice flick on it though and breaks it up. Good to see Villela back on the field. Looks like he's okay. Thompson plays it up the boards, but no one home except for Blast. And Adriano Dos Santos runs it down.
Once again, the Blast pressure has been excellent. They've been creating so many turnovers.
Donatelli sweeps it into the corner. Foul called on the Blast. Free kick for Harrisburg.
Pushing foul on the Blast number 17, James Thomas. Free kick, Harrisburg.
Hundelt to the corner. In front, and a big-time save by Vanzella. How do you get a hand on that?
What a great save. I think Adriano thought William was going to get it off the board as it popped up, and then
it was a crazy bounce, and somehow Harrisburg kind of wedged their way in there. Good job by Thomas to get back defensively. Oh, ball by Harrisburg by Barry in front was just wide. Counter by the Blast. Thomas on the offensive end this time, and a holding foul called. Handball called on the Blast. Free kick Harrisburg.
Elton tried to get away with moving it above the yellow line, got caught.
Blast got a little bit lucky there. They had a couple runners through the box where they were slow to react, and that was a wide open shot inside the box that he put wide.
Good defense by Diesel. Esquay and Pereira battle. Harris steals. Great ball for Thompson in his front. Manzella comes out to make that save. Good turn by Thompson. Goes through the box, no one home. Esquay now runs on. Harrisburg possesses. Elton. Villela on the field. 2:30 left in the half. 2 goals in the first quarter for the Blast, 2 goals in the second quarter for the Heats. Harris comes near side, Hundelt. Villela back for Hundelt. Okay with the steal. Lucas, nice spin move, but Villela was right there to steal it back. Foul called on Roque. Wow. Looked like Hundelt put the elbow into Roque. Good save by Manzella as he parries it over the glass. Him and Elton exchange yells. And they both laugh as Elton runs off the field.
What a great save by William. But that was an interesting call there.
How was that a foul on Roque?
I felt like Lucas got elbowed there. Hundelt was kind of trying to hold him off.
Quick turn, Morgan shoots it just wide. Meller, who's making his debut on the field in the first half, his shot is blocked. Villela now with 1:30 left in the half. 2-man pressure. Villela yells at the official and then he blows the whistle.
I mean, it was clearly a dive.
I got to tell you, I would like to see Mello or Vinny, isolated against Meller here and see how he can handle them one-on-one.
Spin by Morgan. Goes around Dos Santos. It's cleared. Meller puts it to the boards. Blast can't clear it out. Harrisburg wins it with 1:05 left in the half. Thompson down the boards. Taken away by France. Foul called on Harrisburg. 1 minute left in the second quarter. Glass with possession. Dos Santos down the boards. Mike De Silva with the shift for the Blast.
Be nice to get one right before half. A little momentum going into half.
Kalu with 40 seconds left. France on the far side, marked by Hundelt. Victor turns to the middle. Finds Diesel, who's off the bench, for Donatelli. Off the boards for De Silva. Foul called on Mike. Free kick Harrisburg. Santana with a good ball down the boards. Gibson around Diesel and right through the crease. Drive by Villela, that's cleared by Diesel. Santana, 10 seconds left, and the ball goes into the netting with 6.4 left in the half.
Get a couple of your big men here right in front of the keeper, see what he's got.
That's exactly what the Blast do. Manzella, the low liner to the box, headed away. Donatelli's drive is blocked. 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll do it for the first half. Well, good response by Harrisburg in that second quarter. Francis and Elton de Oliveira get the goals. Both restart goals for Harrisburg. Tie the game at 2, of course, Jonathan Mello and Tony Donatelli with the goals for the Blast in quarter number 1. So an entertaining one here in Baltimore between two very good teams battling for a playoff position. And after 30 minutes of play, we are tied at 2. And now Lucas Roque discussing things with the officials, trying to get some clarification on some things. And let's go down to the field. Andrew Primrose standing by with Blast assistant coach David Bascom. Andrew?
So, David, it looked like, camera's up here. It looked like you guys had a lot of possession early on in the first quarter, things going your way, and then the tide changed. What happened?
Well, it's a mental breakdown. That's what happened. It's easier to control your mindset when you're on top of the game. And what happens is that, we've got a team, this is playoffs, yeah? And we cannot afford any mental mistakes and physical mistakes because they will come and, they turn around at you. 2 free kicks, 2 goals, yeah? So we have to be really mindful of that offensively and defensively.
What have you talked about to you guys to get them? You have a veteran team. These are guys that, if you've said this too, how do you get them to listen to that message going into halftime?
Well, the one thing we have to do, we have to control the tempo of the game. If you don't control the tempo of the game, it's going to be up and down. So that's the first thing we have to do. The second thing, we have to trust each other. Yeah, we just have to play. If we stick with, what we know, we will be fine. I don't mind teams coming at us and beating us if we're doing the things we're supposed to do.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Thanks for taking time to talk to us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks to David Bascom. If you want to learn from the pros, check out David Bascom's Football Leadership Academy. You can email for more information, bflacademy19@gmail.com. Halftime here in Baltimore, back with more Blast Soccer. It's the Blast in Harrisburg, Heat 2. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because
End of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it. In our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools. Transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors. Forging new paths to live fearless. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity. And what we're building is more than buildings. It's pride. College is capable of being more. And every day, we're proving it.
The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Our country has changed over the last 80 years. At Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're not just embracing this change, we're driving it. In our own backyard. As a local not-for-profit, we're tackling some of the region's biggest health challenges and making care more accessible for you by providing access to digital tools. Transforming healthcare for over 3 million of your neighbors. Forging new paths to live fearless. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
The story is changing. The words ever evolving. Bolder, braver. We are architects of opportunity, and what we're building is more than buildings, it's pride. College is capable of being more, and every day, we're proving it.
The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because
Your safe return.
Connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Welcome back to Baltimore, 2-2 at the half. Let's go downstairs. Andrew Primrose has Harrisburg Heat coach Pat Healy.
Well, Pat, you were just getting word that a Heat fan hijacked a mic at halftime. Yeah, you're not taking it. That's all right. You're good with that. All right. So, show on for her. So you come back home, obviously. This is now the second season that you've done this. Is it still weird for you to come back here now as an opposing head coach?
It's a little weird, but I come to games as, a fan, if you want to say. Gone to 3 games this year, 1 next week on Friday. A little different because I went to school here, but the nostalgia of the old arena, I think I would have got really emotional at that old arena, but played 1 season here, 1 championship. That wasn't bad either.
There you go. So talking about this season right now and your team right now, you guys got down early and then you fought back. What does that say about the heart of your team, the emotion? I know Sunday you guys came back. Is that, you guys comfortable doing that?
No. We got heart. We got heart. The guys, they care about each other. We know maybe technically and tactically we're behind years of experience, but we're okay with that. We know who we are, and we're going to battle every game. So 1 game we might look really, really good, and in spurts in the games we might struggle. But they're going to grind it out and try to get results. And then you just got to learn how to win games, and that's where we are right now, trying to learn how to win games, and we're getting there.
So what did you talk about with your team about winning a game, a winnable game here, tied at halftime? What did you tell your team about how to do that?
Yeah, I think we got to body up a little better. Loose balls in here is a nightmare. Ball off the boards, it deflects. You could get a chance, give up a chance. So we got to stay balanced a little bit too, but bodying up, let Will make some saves, but also try to stay active on the other end. And that's why they're veterans, that's why they win championships. And we'll be there one day.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for taking time. Good to see you, man.
Good job, Andrew and Lee. You talk about grinding it out, man. And when you have that as a team, maybe you don't have the skill, maybe you don't have everything that you're looking for, but when you can grind out games, that's a big part.
Listen, it's a component that a lot of our younger players are missing nowadays.
Let's take a look at the highlights for the first half. Blast got on the board first. They got the restart goal. Mello from the far side. Good ball here into the corner. Gave the Blast a 1-0 lead at the 6:49 mark of that first quarter. Then a great ball here, Lee. Victor Francis has really brought some energy to this team.
Yeah, Victor is really active. He's great on both ends. Blindsided ball off the boards, and Tony makes a great run and a great finish.
2-0 after 1, but the Harrisburg Heat got back in on their restarts as in the second quarter they scored both goals. That's a bullet here from Francis as he puts the Harrisburg Heat on the board at the 1:11 mark of the second quarter. And then just a slick little play here. Francis the decoy, Lee.
Yeah, this looks like, I mean, William always comes out and makes himself really big. It just ended up getting between the end of the wall and William.
And it's funny because if you look at that replay, it looked like William was running towards Francis.
Right.
And Elton kind of gave him a little bit of a curveball there and snuck it past to get this game tied at 2. That's where we stand as we get ready to start things here in the third quarter. Blast and Heat separated by 1/2 game in the standings in the Eastern Conference of the MASL and tied at 2 as we start the second half here in Baltimore. Remember, the Heat took game 1 of this season series 7-4 up in Harrisburg earlier this year. The two teams will play 3 more times this season. Of course, actually twice more this season. They'll play at Harrisburg on the 23rd of this month and then play here in Baltimore on March 7th. So big game here tonight between these two teams, and the Heat will start things here in the third quarter.
When you talk about tiebreakers, and you know, this is playoff soccer. If the Blast, as we see Juan Pereira with the unforced error, if the Blast were to lose this game, then they would have to win both the games just to split the season series. So any chance of having that tiebreaker over the Heat, they need to win this game to maintain that after losing the first one.
Heat will trigger it in here. Nolela on the near side. Donatelli, the one-man wall. Drive off the boards, comes right to Dantas, one-on-one with Elton. Dantas tries to cut it back, it's knocked away. Back onto the foot of Vinny, and he scores! Oh, Dantas sneaks it past the keeper, Willie B, and just like that, it's 3-2 Blast.
That is a goal scorer's goal, right? He was frustrated at himself, ball pops to his feet, and he just turns around and nicks it in.
We talked in the halftime, Lee, about the Blast maybe getting a bounce or two. There you go, right there. That's a couple bounces right there. Goes off the Heat defender and then right to Dantas.
That honestly may be the first bounce they got this game so far.
We'll wait and see if there's an assist.
That's officially Vinny's slowest goal of his career.
Assist to number 11, Tony Donatelli.
We'll give Donatelli the assist. Thomas, tough break there, hit him in the face, and then he caught it. He gets a handball, right?
Lucas was giving him a little ribbing there, smashing the ball into his own face.
Diesel with the clear. Santana.
He's so good at that.
Shoulders it back for Willie B.
Tariq and I were talking about that last week. He uses every part of his body to get that pass back.
Wow. He just wants to show everybody he could do it. Heading the ball back was too easy for him.
Thomas goes down, ball squirts free. Malcolm Harris plays it back for Santana. Well, Harrisburg changing. SK just barely got on to save possession for the Heat. Donatelli, a goal and an assist tonight. His 15th assist of the season. Thompson takes it away from Rayleigh. Oh, here's a chance. Francis, oh, he just missed wide. It's funny how the ball just seems to find the foot of scorers sometimes. Mello taken down, no call, 3-on-2. Here's Francis again, drives towards the middle. Quick back heel is stolen away by Thomas. Clears it out of trouble.
You know, I know Mello gave that ball away there, but honestly, I would like to see Jonathan go at guys a little bit more. He's got such wonderful individual skill. When he has guys isolated on the wing, that might have not been the best opportunity for that, but I'm okay with him doing this.
Goes down again, pushed by Thompson. Gives it to the official as he walks off the floor.
Rich Grady did motion play on there, but at some point I think we would like Harrisburg to get some of these fouls.
A big discrepancy in the first half, 14-7. Blast, 14 fouls, Harrisburg 7 in that first half.
I think, to be fair, the refs are acknowledging that it's a foul, and they're saying play on. You can see them motioning for it, but you would like the fouls to accumulate a little bit for the other team.
Well, I mean, it's a play-on situation, but, you know, there has to be an advantage, right? Morgan around Nascimento, shoots and scores. Pereira went down. Morgan took it away. A bad restart in the midfield. Just like that, that's how quick it happens here in Baltimore. We're tied at 3.
Yeah, these are the mental lapses that Danny has been talking about, that, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Although Morgan did take his forearm and push Nelson to the ground when he cut it back inside.
Yeah.
Here's the replay.
But this all just occurred. This all just occurs from a really bad set piece at midfield.
Time to goal 2:34, ties it at 3.
Unassisted. Time of the Heat. Third goal 2:34.
SK in the offensive end. Pushed back by Thomas. Meller for Villela. Goes by Gibson. Thompson has it now for Harrisburg. 2 goals, 1 apiece here in the third quarter for both teams. We're knotted at 3. Steal in the corner by the Blast. Kalu goes down.
Jimmy Top on Harrisburg's number 23, Marcel Berry.
Foul on Barry. Another bad pass by the Blast, almost stolen away. Dantas in the corner. Dos Santos deflected by Gibson. Thomas has it stolen away by Villela. Good read there. Right along the boards. Elton around Dantas. Villela to the corner. Goes by Morgan and right into the hands of Vanzella. Rayleigh on the far side. Now Mello. Good ball for Joan Pereira. Pereira down the wing. Good touch. Okay, Pereira. His shot's blocked.
What a fantastic combination between Pereira and Lucas there. Playing the ball into Lucas, that little check left, and then coming right for the quick release. Unfortunate that it got blocked.
You know, Lee, we talk about Lucas as a finisher, but man, he's a pretty good passer too. There's a foul and a blue card. Elton taking down Roque from behind in the box, or just outside the box, and it'll be a power play for the Blast. Time of the penalty, 4:17.
To number 26, Elton D. Oliveira. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 4:17.
Blast going to power play 63% this year. Harrisburg, 71% on the penalty kill.
I can see that. They're young, they're active, they throw their bodies around, they work hard for one another.
Well, it's a good restart opportunity here for the Blast. Mello directing traffic. Donatelli, drive, blocked by Willie B. And the Blast will settle things down now and run the power play. Mello far side. Donatelli, middle for Dantas, Roque. Victor France also on this power play. Villela, SK, Thompson, and Hundelt for Harrisburg on the kill.
I'd like to see France continue to work the 2 posts down low.
Victor has it on the far side and now plays it back for Donatelli. Okay. Good stop. Mello, that's blocked. Blast forced back. 1 minute gone in the power play. Here's Lucas again. Gets it back for Mello.
Great run by Tony.
And a nice job by Willie B to go up and get it. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Willie B hurls it to the Blast box. It's headed away by Roque, and back come the Blast with 40 left on the power play. Mello near side Roque. Lucas, his shot blocked. This one's going to go out of play. 27 left on the power play. Mello. Roque to the middle. Dantas couldn't get a foot on it. Half-hearted effort there by Vinny in the middle.
No, they've got to get the ball down low. They've got to get the ball down low, have Harrisburg shifting, turning, looking behind them, not everything in front of them.
Here come the Blast now with some space. Here's Vinny to the middle, shoots, deflected wide. Somehow that stayed in play.
What a great first touch from Vinny.
Ball comes crazily off the boards. Roquet a drive, and Willie B right there in position to make the play. Power play over. Heat get the kill. Blast on the attack though. Mello taken down, no call. France taken down, and he is in some pain on the floor.
2 for the price of 1 there. I think he fouled Mello, and then he went and fouled France.
Blast have 6 players on the field. And they're going to call it Blast with too many men on the field. Now Pereira and Nascimento are exchanging pleasantries. Now the Heat will go on the power play. Heat at 48%, Blast with a 62% penalty kill. Now Juan Pereira was just furious with Marco Nascimento on the bench.
Last penalty, a 2-minute bench liner for 2 minutes on the field. Time of the penalty, 6:43.
What a turn of events here.
Last penalty.
Yeah, you finish a power play that you don't score on, and then you get 2 minutes against you on a bench penalty.
Now I don't know, is that Willie B's cap that came off the water bottle?
No.
What happened?
Water bottle was thrown from the Blast bench and came out. Not a good time in the Blast bench right now.
Obviously. Well, here we go with the Heat power play. Of course, Francis on the far side here. Good ball. Francis just wide. Elton in front, that's wide. Donatelli clears all the way down. I say all the way down, but it's not that far.
It's tough on these man down on the short field. You don't want to clear it, and then all of a sudden you're looking at a...
Now, Banzella holds for as long as he can and plays it to the near corner. Santana pressured by Mello, but easily able to play it across for Dominic Francis. Heat set it back up again with 1:10 on the power play. Villela, Francis settles. Last one at a handball. Now watch Santana here. He's slick, likes to that quick hitter. Ball comes off the foot of Francis, goes wide. Elton now on the near side. 50 left on the power play.
The Blast have really got to watch that switch ball to Francis, because he's just sitting there loading up.
He's just like, it reminds me of Ovechkin in hockey. He just goes to that one spot he loves and just tees off.
He's not as clinical, but he reminds me, remember Joe Reiniger?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Same thing, left foot, could strike the ball.
Oh, misplay here, now comes Mello. Mello, nice spin move, still has it into the corner. Finally run off by Santana with 15 left on the power play. Villela, Francis, and he drives it into the net. A real good chance there.
Yeah, both groups did well there. I thought the Blast did well in the penalty kill so far, and Harrisburg's been finding that far post.
Time out on the floor, 6:25 left here in the third. Blast and Heat tied at 3. You're watching Blast Soccer on NBC Sports Washington.
The best of our minds, the best of our hearts. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep their workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our passion and our specialty for more than 100 years. We help protect Maryland workers because
End of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
connect with your local agent or visit us online.
Welcome back to Baltimore, tied at 3, 6:25 left, 9 seconds left on the Harrisburg power play. Goalkeeper distribution for Vanzella. Dantas heads it. Pereira drive. Oh, what a save by Willie B. As that was headed under the bar, Willie B got a hand up and parried it over the glass.
What a fantastic attempt by Juwan.
Blast restarted, kill the rest of the power play. There's the save. Wow. Just like that close to the Blast with a shorthanded goal, and Willie B with a huge save, the biggest one of the game. Pereira down the turn, cut off. Come the Heats. Both teams kill off the power play. Gibson settles it in the corner.
What a shorthanded goal that would have been, huh?
Oh, that would have made the highlight reel. Villela. That's just an incredible save by Willie B.
Yeah, good awareness. It was interesting. Harrisburg had 4 guys back, and all 4 of them collapsed on Vinny.
On the Vinny, right?
Mello's wide open on the far side.
Mello settles, and Elton right there to make the play.
What a great throw by William.
Thomas the steal. Can't avoid the double team. Morgan around Diesel down the wing. Morgan goes down. Diesel goes down. Foul called on Morgan. Looked like Morgan fell down and then tripped up Mike Diesel.
Yeah, Morgan did a nice leg lock on Diesel to take him down.
It's interesting watching those two battle on their way down the boards.
It's a little bit of beef.
Diesel has it again. Oh, where's he going? Finally turns it over. They squeezed him there. Blast get it back. Roque. Fancy footwork. Quick touch to Thomas on the far side. Under 5 to play third quarter. Blast changing again. They have the right amount of players on the field this time. You know, it doesn't take much, does it, Lee?
No, it really doesn't. I got to tell you how awful it feels when you're that guy, too, because God knows I've done it. It is so bad when you're like, oh.
Is that me? That's me. Oh. And it usually happens when, you know, usually like when you have your power plays and your penalty kills, right?
Yeah.
You got different guys going in on different groups,
Yeah,
right?
It's not your normal shifts that get you, for sure.
Far side. Pereira's shot blocked by SK. Goes over the boards. Do it again here on the far side. Donatelli runs over. Off the boards, Willie B bobbled it, but was able to recover and gather it in.
Really did a nice job at trapping that off the glass.
Step in by Dos Santos. Barry goes down, tripped by Roque, foul called there.
9-7. That winning number again, 9-6.
Meller restarts for Harrisburg.
Between the third and fourth quarter break.
We didn't really see David Neller. Whoa. Ball rolls over the foot of Willie B. Luckily, he was not aligned in goal, or that would have been a goal. That'd have been an awful goal to give up, huh? He's played so well tonight.
That's an oops.
Telly.
Great job by Tony. Tony's going to give him his left. If he's not going to give him his right, he's going to force him to go to his weak foot, and he didn't want to do it.
Villela flicks it forward between Meller and Gibson. Vanzella pounces on that. Good ball for Donatelli. Tony with the turn, blocked off the boards, and a foul called. Donatelli got kicked, I think, or when his follow-through came through, he was fouled by Thompson.
I like this. The Blast has been having some pretty good success now with William tossing it up and the forwards holding it up in the corner and having some runs off the ball. It's been a nice little way to mix up their possession.
Donatelli for Victor France. Drive, that's blocked. Elton right there for that one. Cemento gets involved. Good touch. Thomas, shot, goal! Oh, nice setup from Donatelli for Jamie Thomas, and the Blast retake the lead.
Yeah, but what composure by Jamie Thomas. A lot of players just turn and try to hit that ball. He did a really good job of collecting it and then popping it over the keeper, because if he tries to one-time that, the keeper's coming out, Willie's making himself big, and then that's a save.
Thomas's 6th goal of the season. Here's the replay, just a quick touch. Nothing Willie B could do there. Just like that, the Blast retake the lead with 3:14 left. Time to go 11:46. The assist to Donatelli, number 16 on the season.
Assist to number 11, Tony Donatelli. Time of the last 4th goal, 11:46.
Pereira mishits it. Mandela runs it down. Fires it to the corner. Elton outruns Kalu to the corner. Barry picked up by Pereira. And here's Morgan. Taken down, shot and a goal. It's going to count. Should wipe out the power play. Morgan back on the board again. His 2nd goal of the quarter, and just like that, 24 seconds after the Blast score, Morgan puts him right back in the even column.
It was funny. I was just about to say, can they not shoot themselves in the foot? So can they not make a simple error that gives, gives the other team a goal?
You don't say this too often. It looked like Mike Diesel got out-muscled there.
Yeah, Mikey just tried to step and win the ball there, but at that point, the risk is not worth the reward. So even if you win it, you have 3/4 of the field to go. You've got to be 100% sure you can step in front there.
So 24 seconds after the Blast score, the Heat tied up. We're tied at 4 with 2:35 left in the 3rd. Back and forth we go. Of course, you hear the penalty call on Diesel. It gets wiped out by the goal.
Actually, Diesel went and tried to serve it. First, he had Tony Donatelli stepped in to say, no, you don't serve it. He was in the box.
Out come the Heats. Santana. Oh, slick move by Villela to get by, but Manzella recovers.
That's a blue card.
Foul called here on the Blast.
Rich was reaching in his pocket.
He went in his pocket.
Thomas goes down. Was this on Harrisburg?
Yeah,
fouls on Harrisburg, whether he's going to be a blue card or not.
This is on Harrisburg. Rich is smart here. I think he realizes he should have pulled a blue. I think the referee realizes that, and he's going to have a chat with his player, his other official, and then it gives him time to say, okay, I talked to the other official. This is the correct call. Seriously, okay. I mean, I think he knew it, and then it gives him a second to kind of reaffirm what he saw. That's good. That's good reffing, honestly.
I don't think Pat Hilly agrees with that.
Does a coach?
Maybe he does.
Does a coach?
Maybe he does, but he doesn't.
Does a coach or player ever agree with 90%?
Has there ever been a time in your coaching career where you were like, yeah, that was a good call?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But not at that moment. And then as I'm running away, I look at the ref and I'm like, okay, good call. Obviously, as it happens.
Terrible call.
Yeah, terrible call. But then I'm running back up the field and I'm like, all right, man, good job. Fair enough.
2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12:58.
So Francis gets 2 for, or Villela gets 2 for tripping.
To number 9, Daniel Villela. 2 minutes.
Second power play of the game for the Blast.
12:58.
Far side Donatelli Blast. Oh, nice ball here to goal. Dantas, top of the box. Guess who from Donatelli, his 3rd assist of the game. And the Blast retake the lead 5-4.
Nice composure. on that power play, Tony's getting lower. So he's getting a little bit lower. He has a better angle into the guy into the middle, and then you feed Vinny there, and there's a good chance it's going to end back of the net.
I mean, it's just so hard to stop him from there.
Yeah.
He's got so much room and so much to shoot at.
But look at where Tony's receiving the ball, right? So on the last power play, he was probably 5 yards higher. So that ball is a square ball coming into the box, which is tougher for, Vinny to strike. It's those little things that make a big difference.
So time to goal 13-10. So one minute after Harrisburg ties it, the Blast retake the lead. Villela goes down, no call. Blake say play on. Mello down the boards, Pereira.
That's good reffing by Rich, because if they would have called that foul after the 2 hits by Harrisburg.
What had happened earlier, right?
Right, and you know what? He let it go. Kind of the same contact on both teams, and as long as it's consistent, I think the players are usually content.
Roque now on the far side.
Last minute of play in the quarter.
Lucas marked by Thompson, kicks it back out for Pereira. Mello flashes to the midfield. Pereira marked by Elton. Now Diesel. Mike's got some room, cuts it back, shoots. Oh, just wide. That might have hit the post.
Great job by Mike sucking him in, faking the right foot shot, cutting to his left.
I mean, in that situation, you're going to give Diesel the angle, right? You want to cut Roque off and Mello off.
Yeah.
Mike had some room. Toe poke just wide. Roque just missed.
How unfortunate. I think that might have went through Kalu's legs.
Ball off the glass. Kalu settles. Good physical play. Look at this move. He goes down. I say play on. 10 seconds left in the quarter. William comes out. Bangs it around the boards. 5 seconds left. Santana, can he turn and shoot? He can, but Mello blocks that. 2 seconds, one, that'll do it. Blast outscored the Heat 3-2 in the third. They take a 5-4 lead into quarter number 4. 3 in the books here at CQ Arena. The Blast and Harrisburg Heat. Blast 5, Heat 4, back with fourth quarter action after the break on NBC Sports, Washington.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the midfield area. They're the most beautiful, the most talented girls in the NASL. Let's hear it for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders. embellishment warning on the blast number 14, Kalu. Embellishment warning on the blast number 14, Kalu.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Fourth quarter action just seconds away. Blast 5, Heat 4. Blast outscored Harrisburg 3-2 in that third. And by the way, Lee, Tony Donatelli assisting on all 3 of those Blast goals in the third.
No, Tony's having a good impact on the games, finding really good positions, and he's always been a good passer of the ball. So he's having a good impact. You know what it is? Bro, he's happy to be out the house.
He's just happy to be on the field.
He's happy to have not somebody crying.
And
you know,
he's probably so tired he's not even thinking about it, right? No time to think, just play.
Road trips become a different thing when you have kids, buddy.
Blast start things in the fourth. They chip it into the corner, and Santana chests it back.
Lee, that's when you don't go out, but you just enjoy having the hotel room to yourself.
Peace and quiet, and you know, a little sleep.
Distribution to the corner for Thomas. Jamie, return. Dos Santos for France. Victor turns on Santana and doesn't take him on. He plays it back for Dos Santos instead. Adriano Donatelli.
Senior class fans.
France down the wing, gets a step. And then the box. Knocked away and cleared. Third quarter stats, shots, Blast out shooting Harrisburg 24-22. 11 saves for William Vanzella, 10 saves for Willie B. How about the foul situation? Foul 16-12, so that's evened up a little bit. Pereira near side. Donatelli now. Drags it back, and the Blast will put some fresh legs on the field. Rayleigh, Dantas. Dantas battling with Elton. Vinny still going at it. Gets by Gibson and they win possession. Diesel fakes the shot. Comes near side for Pereira.
It's where I would like to see them isolate Mello a little bit out wide where he can go at guys one-on-one.
Cemento for Diesel. Diesel now plays it back for Mello at the yellow.
Fans, whether you're playing on the field or watching from the stands, MedStar Health is the official medical team of the Blast and
Dantas was fighting for position. Now he rolls back to the midfield, comes off the field. Blaster changing, and then Mello turns it over. Hundelts can't get through. Good defensive play by Nascimento. Almost disaster there for the Blast as they were changing. Elton deflects it into the crowd. Free kick for the Blast. Pereira with some room. Juwan off the boards in front, shot and a goal! Lucas Soroke gives the Blast a 2-goal lead.
I tell you, Juwan and Victor France both do an excellent job of always facing their defender and threatening to go forward. Whether they do or not is one thing, but they do a great job of always facing forward.
You see Juwan got some space here and then a great ball off the boards.
That was a pass all the way.
Pereira makes no mistake, or Lucas makes no mistake here. And then you got to give Lucas credit for being in the right position to receive the pass.
Now listen, Lucas is a goal scorer. He has a good read of where the ball's going to come off the board, and he does a good job of getting a lot of his shots on target.
Okay, with goal number 7 of the season. Pereira picks up the assist, 10th assist of the year. Thomas flicks it out, stays in play. Elton beats France to the ball. Oh, nice move by Elton to get away from the double team. He's still battling. And finally flicks it out, but right to Dos Santos. Gets elbowed by Morgan in a foul call.
Everybody's so nice now.
Yeah, oh, yo.
Hey, how you doing? You all right?
I just elbowed you in the head, but hey, let me help you. I didn't really mean it, though, you know? Restart for the Blast. Donatelli drives one up into the netting. Never a bad play, in my opinion, Lee.
What's that, shoot?
Just bang it, you know? And especially tonight, I mean, really, Beast played great in goal, but his distributions, I mean, half the time he's throwing the ball right to William Van Zella.
First treatment, performance, chiropractic.
This is this one to the corner. Gibson gets ahead on it. Francis battles. Blast come out with it. Francis, yellow, good ball for Pereira. Juwan can't get a foot on it. And Harrisburg comes out with it.
That's unfortunate. Both Victor and Juwan had really good opportunities to nick the ball there.
Valella's in some trouble. He finally gets rid of it. Francis comes out. Blast have to get back. Nice job recovering as Hundell holds. Blast with the first 2 goals here in the 4th quarter.
Paul, is it me or does Francis not play very much?
You know, I haven't tracked his time much tonight. Andrew, what do you think? Is he taking a normal? He's taking a regular shift, right?
I just feel like he's comes
It's just
on
not a factor in play, right?
No, like even then he came on and he was off in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I mean, I might be wrong, but it just seems like he's not in the field that often.
Mello turns, gets taken down, and foul called. SK picks up the foul. Dos Santos for Dantas. Thomas off the boards, over the head of Mello. I think Mello flashed early. I didn't see him. Dantas goes down. He's in a bit of pain. Morgan is just flying around, eliminating guys on the field right now.
Yeah, they missed that one. I mean, you have to call that foul.
Nascimento, challenged by Barry, plays it back for Dos Santos. Vinny to the far side, block. Mello with a good drive. Look at Vinny just going at it with Elton. What a battle. Vinny wins the ball. Nice job.
Yeah, Elton doesn't seem like he's going to outpace anyone.
I can't imagine having to battle Vinny Dantas for 60 minutes. Oh, we're going to get in the cold tub after that one. Van Zella crosses midfield. That takes the 5-second call off. He actually had to point that out to the official.
I'm not necessarily sure that's what they want to do, though.
Barry. Foul called on Kalu. Here we go, another set piece for Harrisburg. This is going to be a bit further out. Villela will take it about 2 strides inside the yellow. Drops on the near side. Francis was deflected and Van Zella gets a hand on it.
Great save by William. That was a tough deflection.
I think it was far enough out where he can make the adjustment.
Yes,
it's not easy though. The ball goes so quick on you.
Not easy at all, and it took a big deflection.
Hundell inside. Mellor's drive, that's blocked. Blaster furious. They wanted a handball in the corner. The official emphatically waved that off.
You know, I think this young official's done well. It's not an easy game. This is not an easy game to ref.
Especially when you have like 9 guys yelling at you. To the box, Francis. Couldn't get a foot on it. Can't get the ball free to Pereira. Again, that's a nice job along the boards. Valella's done a nice job of reading those passes off the boards and making those steals all night. Thompson to the middle. There's Francis. Drive by Elton into the crowd.
So Lee, that shift for Francis was 1 minute and 20 seconds.
I'll be interested to see if he ever stays on in defense when the ball goes out, or if he just shifts in for offensive shifts.
He came on for the restart.
Good steal, good read by SK. Counterattack now, quick shot. Van Zella blocks that. Out come the blast. Dos Santos keeps it alive. Victor France with some good footwork and plays it along the boards for Raley. 9 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Blast with a 2-goal lead. What's the call here?
Bench warning on
Bench
the blast.
warning on the blast.
Lucas Roque still going back and forth with Rich Grady about the missed call.
So he blew the whistle and took possession away from the blast because there was somebody talking to him on the bench?
I thought it's still your ball if it's bench warning. Maybe they changed that rule.
Well, Harrisburg has it with under 9 to play. Malella goes far side. Thompson. Harrisburg down by 2. They've come back twice already in this game. Actually, 3 times. Blast led it 2-0. Harrisburg tied it at 2 at the half. Blast took the 3-2 lead. Harrisburg tied it at 3. Blast took a 4-3 lead. Harrisburg tied it at 4. Blast, though, with goals from Dantas and Roque, has built this 2-goal lead as we approach the midway point of the 4th quarter. Thompson now marked by Thomas. Turns. Still can't get a shot off. Good job by Jamie with his feet. Drags it to the near side, and then Gibson puts it up into the crowd.
I was just about to say, there's no way Thompson's going right. He hasn't gone right at all the entire night. Just like Francis, I don't know if he's touched the ball with his right foot.
William to the corner. Dantas turns. Oh, Willie B got a piece, and it stayed there for him. Didn't leak out, and he was able to make the save.
I tell you, Paul, for a big man, Vinny turns on a dime.
Oh.
And he's got such a quick release.
Toe poke for Morgan. Marked by Nascimento. Harrisburg wanted the handball. Referee says no. Heat are pressuring the Blast here. Here's a turn, and now Dantas with some space. Vinny down the wing. Oh, nice touch from Mello, and ball kicked off Mello's foot by Hundelt, and Harrisburg picks it up. Here's Elton. Elton to the box, in front, shot, saved by Nascimento off the line. Wow.
What a fantastic save.
It's the save of the game. And a
Now
dumb foul.
Nascimento called for the foul right at the yellow, so with 7 minutes left. Here's the save. I don't know how Marco got here. Now it's a great play.
And he does well not to use.
Francis with a drive, and that's kicked out by Vanzella. Header by Francis is knocked away. Ball still loose. Kalu with a nice defensive play. Hundelt on the counter now for Francis on the far side. 6:40 left. Gibson can't get around the double team. Dos Santos clears. Pereira with some space. Juwan across the yellow line. Juwan off the boards. Roque on the other side. Turns, shoots just wide. Lucas with a good idea there.
Once again, what a nice quick release. Lucas is another one who has a really quick release. He and Dantes get their shots off so quickly.
Fresh legs for the Blast. Rayleigh has it now near side. 6 minutes to play, Blast by 2. Blast will play the possession game now and try to limit Harrisburg's opportunities.
Blast fans, it's time to get loud and make some.
Now here's the thing, Lee, if you're a team that likes to counterattack, eventually you have to pressure because the Blast can just possess the ball.
Yeah, and if I'm the Blast, I do exactly this. I keep a little bit of possession, draw them out, play it down in the corner to our guys in the corner who can hold it, and try to recycle until you can catch an imbalance on one part of the field.
I mean, let's clock it here. Blast had it at 6:20. They're about 1 minute away from possessing it for a full minute, or a few seconds away. Roque has it and plays it back for Donatelli now. Over a minute of possession time for the Blast.
Lee, you talk about that weakness. Dominic Francis now 2 minutes on the shift, all of the defense. You brought up the point before. He looks gassed out there now. As he's been out there for 2 minutes and 5 seconds now.
Rayleigh a drive high off the glass. Finally, Harrisburg takes possession. Francis Taken down, foul called on the Blast, and Dominic steps off. So Francis now has to go to the bench because he was on for that defensive possession when the Blast held it for over a minute.
I tell you, Paul, what allows the Blast to keep the ball so well and for such long periods of time is their spacing. They don't allow Harrisburg, they're spaced so well that they don't allow Harrisburg to double them.
Turnover, Blast have it 3-on-2. France drags it. Oh, nice defensive play. Wow. Play of the game defensively. Here's Nascimento. In front. Will he be out of position? And a block in front. Nice job by Malcolm Harris to save the day for Harrisburg. 4:20 to play. Good ball here for France. Nice lead for Nascimento. He gets taken down. They say play on. Meller on the counter. Morgan now. Marked by Mello. Finally, Harrisburg grabs possession and settles. 4:05 left.
At what point do you start thinking sixth attacker here with the Blast able to keep possession for so long?
Oh, drive by Elton just wide.
Marco's going to be kicking himself for that one. He had a missed touch.
Ball far side, shot in the block. Thompson steps in that time, and Pereira couldn't take advantage. Time out of the floor. We'll take 1-2. 3:51 left in the fourth. Blast 6, Heat 4. Back with the conclusion after the break.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win. Win.
What are we waiting for? No one comes into our house and pushes us around.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Campbell.
Uh-huh.
What kind of power you got?
Oh, man, you know I got some soul power. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
This could be the greatest night of our lives.
We shut them down because we can.
They don't know your heart.
On this team, we fight for that inch.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go!
Welcome back to CQ Arena. Blast on the restart. Diesel a shot, a big time save by Willie B.
Wow, that was really fortunate. The Blast almost got a counterattack on their own set piece there. Great shot by Diesel.
Corner kick by Donatelli. Toe poke in front. Harrisburg has it. Diesel steps in. Barry settles. Santana, far side, Willie B. Left foot goes down the boards and stays on. 3:30 left. Remember, a sixth attacker here in Baltimore, you can wait a little bit longer because of the small field. Blast have possession. When will they give it up? Possession at 3:25. Pereira goes down the boards for Dantas. Double team comes. Vinny loses possession. Still loose. Still battled along the boards. Nice work by Santana. He clears. Pereira, though, runs it down and heads it back for Vanzella. He lets the ball go. 3 minutes left. 25 seconds of possession for the Blast. Dos Santos, far side, Raley. Raley into the offensive end. Jeremy holds. Escape challenges. He plays it back for Donatelli. 2:48 left. They go to Dantas in the corner. Vinny, quick double team, shoots it back for Pereira, and Juwan has it go off his foot into the crowd. So sixth attacker on for Harrisburg. Elton wearing the jersey. I like the 6A on the back.
I was just going to say, that is the first time I've ever seen that. I tell you, the Blast have been doing a great job with their spacing and movement. It's unfortunate they haven't scored in the last couple minutes here.
Oh, nice touch. Francis a drive. Oh, and Vanzella got an arm on that one. He denies Francis. Santana now. Morgan. Vanzella makes the save. Dos Santos tries to clear. Can't do it. It's still loose. Turn, shoot, save, and Vanzella pounces on it. And let's see who's injured in the corner. Can't tell. Andrew, can you help us?
Can't see it right now.
Injury timeout, Harrisburg.
Trying to play process of elimination. Is that Morgan in the corner?
I think it's Is it Thompson? I think it might be Thompson. Nope, Thompson's on the bench.
No, I think it's Morgan. I don't see Morgan on the bench. I don't see Morgan on the field.
I tell you, if I'm the Blast, I take away Francis and have somebody else beat me because he's got the best strike on the team.
Well, let's reset here. 2:09 left, Blast by 2. It'll be a goalkeeper distribution for the Blast, and it is Morgan who's injured.
Kickoff is 7:35, and the Blast return home again on February 29th.
He is slow, trying to get to the bench.
Game time is 6:05. Tickets are still on sale.
It'll be a costly injury for them if he has to miss time. Very active, strong target forward.
He's going right off instead of going to the bench.
All right, so goalkeeper distribution for Vanzella. He'll just fire it to the corner. Dos Santos will play it off the boards. Nice job by Adriano to win the ball. Battles the double team with 2:02 left. They're going to drop the ball with 2:02 to play. Scrum in the corner, comes out. Villela has it. And the Heat will try to attack. Bad pass. Pereira steals. Juwan to the box. Elton picks that up and distributes to the near side. 1:45 left. Santana back on. Ooh, good pressure by Pereira. Francis back on the far side. Villela. Francis miscommunicate. Pereira to the corner, it's blocked. Pereira flicks it out. Villela keeps it alive. 1:20 left. Blast will take this.
I would still like to see them cutting the left side of the field off and forcing it to Santana's side.
Elton nearly turns it over. Francis far side, 1:05 left. Good ball for Santana. Nelson, good fake. Villela shoots, blocked by Vanzella. He'll throw the field towards the goal, and in goal! William Vanzella puts it home, and the Blast lead it 7-4.
Wow. Tucked it right inside the near post. Great throw.
Crowd goes crazy as Vanzella scores his second goal of the season and puts this one on ice.
What?
All right, there's some implications here, Lee. 7-4, they're going to leave the sixth attacker on, but you know, total goals are going to be a factor. Harrisburg won by 3 the first game, and it's a 3-goal difference right now. If the Blast can score another goal, they could take the advantage in goal score.
Right, but on the other hand, Harrisburg may be thinking that they can take the advantage if they score a goal, right? So it just depends as a coach how you're looking at it. I don't mind this. There's a lot of games left. You know, you're not thinking it's going to come down to goals against.
Well, Harrisburg has it. 25 seconds left. Gibson on the far side, turns on Diesel. Good job by Diesel defensively. Mello with the steal. Dos Santos will run to the corner. Comes out for Santana. Nelson. 10 seconds left. Villela holds. Blast are going to win it, just by how much. Donatelli touches to the far side, and that'll do it. Blast hold on, they win it 7-4. They scored the last 3 goals of the game. Dantas, Roque, and Vanzella put it away. A hard-fought win for the Blast. And Juwan Pereira to his knees in the defensive end as the Blast withstood everything Harrisburg had in that final few minutes.
Yeah, I thought that it was, a typical Harrisburg-Baltimore game, going back and forth. I think, Baltimore kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times by making simple mistakes, but at the end of the day, they came out. That fourth quarter was a clinic.
You gotta love the way Harrisburg battled. They could fall behind, they tied it, they fall behind 3 times actually before the Blast were able to take advantage, and it was that Vinny Dantas goal at 13-10 of the third quarter. That was the final go-ahead goal of the game. And then Lucas Roque added on with the goal at 2:18 of the fourth. And then Vanzella scores against the 6th attacker to make it 7-4. So just awesome job by the Blast. They needed this one so bad. This was a huge swing, and they get it done here at home.
If I'm Danny, I'm really happy with, the mental toughness of my group. And if I'm Pat Healy, I'm really happy how my team didn't stop fighting and they kept clawing back and they work hard for one another. So there were positives, I think, for both teams out of this game.
6-4 game. We just saw the Nascimento save off the line. And